Okay. Here we go. Monk. Monk updates. Here are the main updates in this class since its last playtest version. Because again, I am not reading through this. Martial Arts seeks the return of monk weapons, and the martial arts die applies to both unarmed strikes and monk weapons. Okay. Bonus unarmed strike is no longer tied to the attack action. Good job, guys. Good start. Really good start. Finally. Dexterous attacks now allows you to use your dexterity modifier in place of your strength modifier when setting the saving throw DC of the grapple and push options of your unarmed strike. Okay. Sure. Weapon mastery is cut. Okay. Sure. I don't have a problem with that. Monk's Discipline. Formerly martial discipline options have been redesigned to have options that do not require spending discipline points. Oh shit. Uncanny Metabolism, formerly Heightened Metabolism, moves to level 2. Now regains discipline points when you roll initiative, as well as regaining a number of hit points. Okay. Deflect attacks. Now also works against melee attacks. Can I say something? I called at least 2 of these already. I just want to say that. I just want to say that. Stunning Strike now deals force damage if the creature succeeds on the saving throw. Why? Okay, sure. Heightened Discipline is a new feature that increases the effects of Flurry of Blows, Patient Defense, Step of the Wind. Okay. Self-Restoration now allows you to remove some conditions at the end of your turns. Deflect Energy now also works against melee attacks, of course. Superior Defense can now be activated at the start of your turn instead of using an action or a bonus action. Perfect Discipline now gives you expended discipline points if you have 3 or less. Body and Mind, new level 20 feature. Okay. I'm curious. Very curious. So this didn't change. This didn't change. Martial arts. Okay. Your practice of martial arts gives you mastery of combat styles that use your unarmed strike and monk weapons, which are simple melee weapons, and martial weapons with the light property. Okay, so they made scimitars. Yeah, they made scimitars martial weapons as well, which honestly in the original would have made sense because scimitars and short swords were the exact same thing. Now it's just like you've added weapon mastery. Do they still have to? I mean, I don't know. Gain the following benefits while you are unarmed or running only monk weapons and you aren't wearing armor or wielding a shield. You can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. Call it this. Dexterous attacks. You use dexterity instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of your unarmed strikes and monk weapons. In addition, when you choose the grapple or shove option, you can use your dexterity modifier instead of strength to determine the saving throw DC, which I think is fine. Right, I didn't actually look at the martial arts die, did I? Is it still D6 to D12? Yeah, okay, cool, nice. I also refuse to call this discipline points. I'm going to repeat that in a minute. So you roll a D6, normal weapon damage of your unarmed strike or monk weapons. Yeah, okay. So this is a good start. Let's just say that. Aren't wearing any armor or wielding a shield, your base armor class equals 10 plus 0 dex and wisdom modifiers. I still think this needs to be dex and strength. If you want to know why, I explain it in my own monk rewrite video that's somewhere on the channel. Monk's Discipline. Your self-discipline martial training allows you to harness a well of extraordinary energy within yourself. Okay? Your access to this energy is represented by a number of key points. Your monk level determines the number of points you have, as shown in the key points column of the monk table. You can spend these points to fuel certain monk features. You start knowing 3: Flurry of Blows, Patient Defense, and Step of the Wind, each which is detailed below. Whenever you spend a discipline point, it is unavailable until you finish a short or a long rest, at the end of which you regain all of them. Some features that use your discipline points require your target to make a saving throw equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. Flurry of Blows. Spend 1 discipline point to make 2 unarmed attacks as a bonus action. Makes sense. You can take the disengage action as a bonus action. Alternatively, you can spend 1 discipline point to take both the disengage and dodge actions as a bonus action. Whoa, wait. Hold on. Let me read that again for a second. You can take the disengage action as a bonus action. Alternatively, you can spend a discipline point to take both the disengage and dodge actions as a bonus action. Okay? Step of the Wind, you can take the dash action as a bonus action. You can spend 1 discipline points to take both the disengage and dash actions as a bonus action. Your jump distance is doubled for the turn. I am okay with this. This is... I did this. I released it first. Just saying. I did my thing first. I was first. I want to say that. I want this to be known. I set this first. I made dodge a free bonus action, I will admit. This is kind of what I did. So I'm okay with this. You know what? Bonus action dodge was the only one of the 3 that I was kind of iffy on. Because to a certain extent, it is relatively insane. Well, it's not relatively insane. It's just, it would be really good because a lot of creatures, you know, have attacks and they would get disadvantage on their attacks against you. I still personally feel like you should be able to bonus action dodge without spending a point. But I'm okay with this. Because disengage and dash were things that Rogue got as a bonus action, and I still think Monk should have gotten as well. So I'm fine with this. And apart from, like, my Monk version, so has dodge without spending a point, and also has the option to dash and dodge for a point, which is one small difference. But I'm fine with this. This is good. I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. Uncanny Metabolism. When you roll initiative, you regain all... Okay. When you roll initiative, regain all expended discipline points. When you do so, roll your martial arts die and regain a number of hit points equal to your monk level plus the number rolled. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So... yeah, sure. It's fine. I don't dislike this feature. It's decent. It's when you roll initiative, get back all of your discipline points. Get back all of them, which is good. Pretty much means that once you start running out of key points, it's just good to get rid of the rest. Yes, I am going to call them key points. No, I do not want to call them discipline points. God. I know nobody asked because I'm talking to myself, but still. And then yeah. I mean, to be fair, Monk needed more ways to heal or get rid of damage, right? So, yeah, this is where they needed to go with this. The fuck? My mic just dropped for no reason. Ah, sorry. Unarmored movements. Your speed increases by 10 feet while you aren't wearing. Yeah, sure, this is the same. Deflect attacks. You can use okay, I want to read how this works now. You can use your reaction to deflect melee and ranged attacks against you to do bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. When you do so, the total damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can spend 1 discipline point to redirect some of the attack's force. If you do so, choose a creature within 5 feet of you if the attack was a melee attack, 60 feet of you yourself that isn't behind total cover if the attack was a ranged attack. Creature must make a dexterity saving throw or take damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die plus your dexterity modifier. Damage is the same type dealt by the attack. Okay. I'm going to repeat this. Can you please specify what happens when multiple damage types hit you? What happens with a flaming arrow? Oh wait, it says the total damage. Actually, no, I think it... I might have been early with that. This still needs to specify one of the same types dealt by the attack, or bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. However, okay, hold on. How is the original written? Because I know the original was written like shit. I might have been too quick to judge. So the way it reads to me now, because now it does say the total damage you take from the attack. So then what I'm seeing here is if the attack deals bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, you can block it. And then it's the total damage is reduced. Right? So I still think they still aren't taking into consideration multiple damage types. They might have gotten lucky with this part because you still, like, if an arrow deals piercing and fire, then what do? What if someone shoots, you know, shoots an arrow and a boulder at you, dealing bludgeoning and piercing? That's a thing. I don't know if it's in the original monster manual, but it's something you can make in homebrew. Like, I still think there's flaws to this feature. I still think they need to specify what happens with multiple damage types. However, I am very happy that I am not the only person that thinks that melee attacks need to be blocked. Thank you. Now just saving throws. Anyway. You know, but yeah, this is good. This is good. We're going in the correct direction. So among sap classes, we know that we're only getting Warrior of the Hands, ability score improvement 4A, 12, 16, 19. Extra attack, again, just make this 3 times at 11 at least. Come on, guys, seriously. Slow fall, because I skipped it apparently. Reduce fall damage, still the same. Stunning strike. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a monk weapon or strike, you can spend a key point to attempt a stunning strike. Once per turn, so they still kept that. The target must make a con save. On a failed save, the target is a stunned condition until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, the target takes force damage equal to a roll of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. So, I get where the second part comes from, right? It comes from this idea that otherwise you've just spent a key point and you've gotten no value out of it, which, to be fair, if you flurry of blows and then roll 2 1s, you have the same idea, but anyway. You know, or actually even worse than that, if you spend a key point and your second flurry of blow attack misses, you could have just not spent the key point and you would have had exactly the same result. So, you know, details. I've talked about this in my own monk video, in my own rewrites. Stunning Strike is a problematic feature, and honestly, I don't dislike the nerf that they went with here, making it just like a once per turn. I don't even think the force damage is necessary, honestly. It might just be a buff. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Stunning Strike is weird. I've talked about this. I still do think Stunning Strike should maybe, if Monk gets powerful enough, I think Stunning Strike should just go, personally, but that might just be me. Alright, Stunning Strike, Empowered Strikes. Whenever you deal damage with your unarmed strike, it can deal damage. Yeah, you can deal force damage. Pretty much they've really just gotten rid of your attacks are magical for the purpose of avoiding resistances. Like, yeah. I mean, what do you want? It's like, what do you want from me? Like, yeah, sure. You can now deal force damage. Whoop de flippin' do. It's also a subclass level, so it makes sense that you don't get a lot at this level. I actually got rid of empowered strikes in my version because I pretty much made the attacks that deal additional damage type based on the subclass. So for those of you who are interested, like my Kensei monk deals magical damage with weapons. Way of the Hand monk deals magical damage with unarmed attacks, and then I think Four Elements just gets more damage types on their unarmed strikes. I don't know. I think that's neater personally, but I do. Yeah, sure. Evasion, I would assume, has not changed. Acrobatic movements, I'm assuming, has not changed. Heightened discipline. Your training has pushed your body and mind to new levels. Your flurry of blows, patient defense, and step of the wind gain the following benefits. You can spend 1 discipline point to use flurry of blows and make 3 unarmed strikes within instead of 2. Woohoo! Finally, they did this. I've done this a lot earlier, but anyway. No, for me, you have to spend 1 key point for each unarmed strike. So, and I still think that's fair, to be perfectly honest, but, you know, personal opinions. When you spend a discipline point to use... I said discipline point. Key point to spend a patient defense. You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die. Sure. Okay. And Step of the Wind. When you spend a discipline point or key points to use Step of the Wind, you can choose a willing creature within 5 feet of you. It is large or smaller. You move the creature with you until the end of your turn. Nice. Wait, did they legitimately just take like the remove thingy of the Flash series? Is that literally what Step of the Wind becomes at level? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, no. Oh please no. It literally took inspiration from the Flash. Dude, come on. You're better than this. No, you're not, but still. Oh, I just looked at this by the way, like. Oh, right. Actually, they got rid of heightened metabolism, right? Instead of heightened discipline. Heightened metabolism used to be you can spend a minute resting, you get all the benefits of a short rest. Once per long rest. Which, to be perfectly honest, it's fine. Self-restoration used to be a feature, apparently, so through sheer force of will, you can remove one of the following conditions: charmed, frightened, or poisons. In addition, foregoing food and drink doesn't give you levels of exhaustion. Yeah. Oh, it used to be a bonus action to do this. Now it's a free action. Nice. Am I a fan of this? Like, this almost feels like, oh, you can't be charmed, frightened, or poisoned. To be fair, you can only do it once, but then how many creatures To be fair, you can do this, but how many creatures really like charm, frighten, and poison you at the same time? I mean, at that point, you could just be immune to them. Like, you could almost be immune to them, I guess. Right? Like... Plus, this was an interesting question. Could you tell a monk to not uncharm themselves? Like, let's say that you dominate person, right? And you tell them, do not uncharm yourself. Does that mean that the monk has to do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've always found that an interesting little tidbit of information. The weird thing, especially by the way, with like them saying you can get rid of charm, is you can't get rid of suggestion. Like, if someone casts suggestion on you, it's actually better than casting than them casting charm person. Because charm person charms you, suggestion doesn't. At least it didn't in the original. So I don't know. I think this should probably be changed to immune to charm, frighten, and poisons and exhaustion. Deflect energy. You can now use your deflect attacks feature against attacks that deal any damage type. Woohoo! You can now deflect everything. Everything? Everything. I have no idea where that came from. 14, Discipline Survivor. You get proficiency in all saving throws. And you can spend a key point to re-roll it. Alright. Perfect Discipline. When you roll initiative, have 3 discipline points or fewer. Oh, fuck. Stop making me say discipline points. I swear. Wait, what? Okay, so it used to be if you have none remaining, now it's if you have 3 or fewer. Sure. Sure. Superior defense. At the start of your turn, you can spend 3 key points to perfectly bolster yourself against harm for a minute or until you have the incapacitated condition. During that time, you have resistance to all damage except force. Okay. That's the same thing, apparently. Sure. And then body and mind. Oh, really? You're kidding. Did you guys actually just rip off the level 20 of Barbarian? Are you kidding me? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, especially because Dex and Wisdom gives you, like, your... It pretty much says, like, here, take a +4 to your AC. Like, right? If you have 20 Dex and 20 Wisdom, you go up to, like, 24 on both. So what are you at then at that point? Like... What are you at then? What are you at that point? 24, 7, and 7. So you're at like 24 AC at that point, which, you know, it's just funny. What was the original? Oh, right. If you drop to 0, you can spend 4 discipline points, roll 4 martial arts die, and add the dice together, and then your hit points become that. Right, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad feature. It's just, it's really on the nose, isn't it? It's on the nose. Let's be honest about this for a second. It's just on the nose.